I pull up, know what's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
All right, man. Yeah. So
What's
part
up?
2, man. We're back at it.
We're back at it, bro.
Your hair's missing today.
My hair is missing today.
Tell me a little bit about that. Why'd you do that? And yeah, get into that.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I didn't shave my head for no reason. I mean, since the last time we recorded, it was about a week ago. So I mean, this is a week back. It was completely bald about a week ago. What's today? Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
Today's Thursday. So Thursday last week, I shaved my head bald.
On Thursday.
On Thursday. So
Okay.
it's been a week today.
So it was after the pod, or?
No, we shut the pot on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah, that is right.
no, I went into the barbershop and told my barber cut me up.
No. We shot the pod on Thursday last week.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, then you're right. My bad. Nah, so I went into the shop. I'll put it right here. It's cool. Went into the barbershop and just let Andrew know, hey, yeah, gotta shave my head. And the reason why I did it, we can just dive into it, I guess. I had a 90-day plan that I put together with our team. My goal was to pay off a account that we have had on. It's an operating account, so it's always replenishing, or the debt is always, we use it for operations.
Yeah.
So I had to pay that account off by, what was it, March 31st or whatever. That didn't happen. So first week, came back, and when it comes to leverage, that's what we call it, leverage, like the thing that you don't want to do. A lot of the team, they're not too amped up about it. Like, and honestly, I feel like mine was the most extreme out of everybody's. I put together everyone's 90-day plan or whatever, and they came up with their leverages. We put it up on a wall. Mine was for that account. Shave my head if it didn't happen. I shaved my head. I didn't tell the team I shaved my head. So the day I came in to kind of tell them, like, for the new 90-day, I took my beanie off. I don't have it with me, but I took my beanie off, and there were some people that were shocked. My wife was upset with me. She started crying. Like,
In front of everybody?
Yeah, it was pretty. Honestly, if there was anything that I made a mistake on, is I didn't tell my wife about me shaving my head, bro. Bro, the thing is the night before, like we were, like, before we came into the shop, like, I wasn't gonna tell my wife at all. But the only reason why my wife found out before everybody else is because she found me while I was asleep, bro. And that's like the worst. Like, that was the worst scenario that could have happened. Like, I would have rather told her than her find out, and I was like half asleep. Oh no, I was dead asleep actually. I just feel someone grip my beanie and just kind of rip it forward. I'm like, bro, what the heck? And she's like, you shaved your head? I'm like, yeah, I did shave my head. She was like, oh my gosh. She just went to sleep. And I knew, like, the thing about my wife is I know she's pissed when she just walks away. She didn't say anything. She doesn't yell at me or anything. She walks away, she closed the door, didn't even tell me goodnight or anything. She went to sleep.
Do you prefer that over, like, arguing, or like, how do you feel about that? Like, would you rather, like, just her walk away?
I don't like the whole argument setting. I'd rather, like, take a breather, take 5-10 minutes. Not even 5-10 minutes. Honestly, for me, I'm the type of person, and that's something that I need to work on, is I don't want to say grudges, but like I hold the person to what they made me feel in that moment. Like, if someone does something to me that makes me upset, I'm gonna hold them to it until like we resolve it, Like, there's no like even if I don't directly say it to them the next time I see them, I'm still feeling that way towards them. And that's the way, like, I feel with my wife. But that, I guess, that breather, that 10-minute breather, or 30-minute, whatever you want to call it, that breathing time where you just let yourself cool off, I feel like I do need it, because sometimes, and especially if I'm more comfortable with that person and I'm able to, like, talk to them about just straight up, like, I'll be direct, and like, I feel like if I'm direct and I'm not at a clear head, I'll say things that I'll regret later, So I think that cool off period, like everyone talks about. She went to sleep that day. I woke up the next morning. I showed them. She still cried, like, when we pulled up to the shop. And so going back to what you were saying, if I would have done anything different, I would have told my wife before she found out about it. And either way, I feel like she would have been upset with me anyways.
You got another one coming up, right?
Oh man, yeah.
Are we gonna talk about it? Or?
I've told my wife about that one, so
okay.
it's not like I'm hiding that one. So
when is that one? You don't gotta get into it, but
probably in May.
Okay.
I'll just get into it, bro. I got to do a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, and that was because another.
Yeah.
Is that because like you failed another task that you were supposed to?
Yeah.
A goal you were supposed to hit?
Bro, it's terrible. And well, I guess the cool thing out of the whole scenario is like, I only picked one 90-day plan for this. This time I only have one.
Yeah.
Last time I had two. I only did one so I could just focus on it and I make sure I do it. The reason why I'm taking them so serious and I'm doing them, like my wife hates me, but a lot of it comes with like holding your team accountable, bro. If you're not willing to lead by example, bro, no one's gonna follow you.
Yeah.
You know, like, and all you got at the end of the day, man, is your word. You know, like, yeah, as far as being respected and everything, like if you say you're gonna do something, do it. You know, and that's why I did it. You know, I feel like we're very indulged and very wrapped up in this company. Like there's no sitting on the fence about anything. It's either you're in or you're out. And if you're on the fence, you're out. There's no, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like with anything you got to lead by example for one and do it. Like I 100%, bro. I felt the room energy change when I showed them I shaved my head. Like they were surprised, but at the same time they were like more engaged. Like they're like, all right, I'm gonna do my leverage because you know, like, and that's what I try to do for the team, you know, like, and it's I hope I'm bringing some type of motivation to them by showing that I'm keeping myself accountable, you know.
That's good, man.
Yeah. So
I feel like you're gonna be talking a lot during this podcast because I wanted to ask you a couple questions. I know before we started the podcast, I told you I wanted to talk about like the whole real estate thing.
Yeah.
If you just want to get into that a little bit, man, and just kind of talk about how like what motivated you to do that at such a young age. I know you bought your first house like at 19, 20.
Yeah, I think it was 20.
Yeah, when you bought your house.
I was 20, and a lot of people like automatically, man. And that's the thing. Before I get into that, like, dude, you had such like I don't want to discredit anything, bro. Like I could not do what I did without your help, bro. Like, like you're really engaged into the trade. You understand electrical, and one big component in a home when you buy a home is the electrical system, the HVAC system, all these other things that make a home livable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I felt like you have a lot of knowledge because you've worked out on construction sites. You've been in people's homes. You've actually seen real life scenarios. So when I bought the houses and things, like the first house at 20, like what I wanted to say about that is like a lot of people like they have this mentality like, oh, he's just been given those houses. Like his parents paid for like the down payments because it's expensive, bro. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know the back end work, what it took for me to get those houses. Like I didn't just get money from mom and dad and pay. Like that didn't happen. Like they didn't have money to give me, you know, to buy that house. I remember like a year before I moved out, talked to mom and dad. I said, hey, I'm gonna move into an apartment. Mom and dad gave me the idea like, no, like don't move into an apartment, buy a house. And I'm like, all right, well, what do I need to do? So I knew with buying a house, there was going to be more steps that I had to take. Yeah. And I found a lender. I applied, got denied. They said, no, you're not ready to buy a house. I said, all right, what do I need to work on? They told me two things that I needed to work on, and I started working on them. It was my credit and pretty much like my I don't know if it was my work history or I think it was two things with my credit. I think it was like my credit limit and like I think my credit score or something like that. I don't know. So I started working on those two things. I started saving up. So by the time I got approved for a $300,000 loan. Okay. And
which actually isn't even that much in California.
Not anymore.
Or in Fresno, bro.
I mean, this was back in 2021 though.
Oh, okay.
Like 2020 actually when I got approved. So I mean, I got approved when I was 19. I bought the house when I was 20. Okay. I think that's what happened. And during this whole time, me and my wife were trying to get married. I think we got married first. Moved in, then we started looking for houses, and we moved in with mom and dad for a little bit because I mean, we were married at that time. So, yeah, bro. But so that whole process, I guess I can get going down a rabbit hole with this whole thing, but the whole process, man, and we'll be here forever if I talk about it. But just the process of buying that home, it was a lot. I sold cars. No one really knows that part, but like I sold cars. I made like $12,000 in a month off of selling cars, and I mean, you helped me with them. I mean, the person that helped me a lot, though, honestly, that made that a reality for me was Jimena's dad, my wife's dad. He would help me buy the car. I'd go, bro. I remember one time I went to Modesto, bro. I went to Modesto to go pick up a part because the part was obsolete. It wasn't created anymore. It wasn't the manufacturer was a Ford manufacturer. Ford didn't make that part no more. And I looked it up online. It was like $1,200. I needed to sell, like that was literally my profit margin for that truck. it wasn't gonna work. So what I did is I drove to Modesto. I picked up a part, bought it for like $50.
Dang.
It was just off of a truck in Modesto, you know, out of the middle of nowhere. Modesto's not a lot, bro. It's a long drive over there. So installed it.
Yeah.
That was the month where I made like 12 G's, and I was able to, you know, that was personal money, bro. I had to put it away, ended up saving up, and we ended up buying the house.
Yeah.
I remember when it was all said and done, I had like 25,000 put away and put it towards the house, moved in, and me and my wife did most of that remodel on the first one. We started ripping the kitchen apart. I remember like first year, we were just kind of like working on the house, and we do that every day after work. The second house that I bought, man, that same thing. You know, I saved up some money, and we just, you know, did it again. You know, just that one, the closing costs and the down payment on it, bro. Like if you get the right scenario, the right house, you're not gonna have to pay a bunch out of pocket. The first house I paid $15,000 in total for the down and closing. The next house I only paid $5,000, and that's the thing that people don't understand, and you won't find out unless you dive in deep into buying your house. Like there is options to where you don't have to pay so much out of pocket, but people don't know that until you start diving into buying your house. You know,
because on your second one you got like a credit back or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
that's
or
why
like it was like the price was more, but then like not really because
I mean they gave me credit back. That's why I didn't have to put so much out of my pocket. And so it's doable, bro. Like, and I'm not buying brand new homes. A lot of people like buying brand new homes. We buy the homes that are messed up, fix them up. You know.
Yeah.
I want to keep continuing to do that, but it's I you know, I just have to. I'm ready to. I want to buy another one this year if I can. You know, that's my goal.
Is that the goal? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to buy 2 if I can. That's realistically, but.
What do you feel like the biggest obstacle is from buying the third one?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
We can get into that too, man. That's a whole different debt. Debt is and I feel like a lot of people that are gonna watch this podcast, y'all are in a lot of debt too. And like there's a lot of people nowadays that are in debt and they don't know how to get out of it. And that's where I was last year, bro. I bought the house. I was struggling. Like I just to make the mortgage payments and things, and my wife and I, we sat down, started running our numbers and things, and we were like red, bro. But red, what I mean by that is like we're scraping by every month, you know?
Yeah.
So I talked to one of my good mentors, my friend, John Bustamante. He was, you know, breaking it down for me, like, this is what you need to do. He started, there's 2 different methods called the avalanche method or the snowball method. David Ramsey talked about the snowball method a lot. It's consolidating all, not putting them together, of course, but like naming out all your debts on a sheet. Put all the minimum payments, what the bare minimum of what you have to pay at the end of every month, or when it's all said and done, pay those every month on time, so you can keep your credit cards or whatever. Yeah. But don't spend on them anymore. Put your credit cards away, throw them in a box, forget about them. What you're gonna do is take your monthly income, what you're making, pay what you have to your mortgage, your car payment, your credit cards, pay all the necessities, all that down, just your minimums. Then pay your food, pay your gas, and then whatever's left, let's just say you have $100 left out of your entire thing. Put that $100 to one of your credit cards every month, and it's just repetitive, back and forth, back and forth. You do it every single time. Pay everything that you need to live, and whatever's left over, that's what you take that leftovers and you throw it towards your.
Is that the snowball or what? Is that the avalanche?
That is so the avalanche and snowball, they're both very similar. So that approach that I just explained to you, it applies for both of them.
Oh, okay.
But one of them, the reason why it makes it the snowball method is because you're focusing on the lowest, the
lowest debt,
the lowest monthly. Or no, what was it? Hold on, I think it's based off the lowest monthly payment.
So you pay the smallest stuff off first, and then you all the way up to the big one? Okay.
Exactly. The avalanche method is based upon APRs. So you go to, and I'll explain that a little bit. You go to your statement. The credit card sends you every month. A lot of times you can download it on a PDF. It'll tell you exactly what the APR, the interest rate, is per month. If you have a credit card that's at 29%, you got that thing at the top, bro. You wanna put that at the very top.
Yeah, like the American Express. I know
yeah.
That one's like a
so
28%.
Couple cards, like if you guys have any, so just so you know, like. If you have a Home Depot card, you're getting screwed up, bro. Like you're I'm telling you, bro. Like you're getting your money stolen out of your pocket, bro. Like that's the worst card that you can have.
Really?
if you don't pay it off.
Yeah.
If you plan to like, oh, I'm gonna pay it over time, you're not gonna pay that thing down, but it's gonna take you like 10 plus years to pay something down like that, you know? Like, you need to, like, if you're gonna use that card, pay it, and then spend the money on the credit card, and then have the money right behind it to pay it off. Like there's no like.
Well, what makes it so dangerous? Like, is it just because of the rate on
the
it?
interest rate? Yeah, it's 30%.
30%.
Amex probably like 28 to 29. They're just as bad as the Home Depot card, except the only thing is with Amex is you get a lot more benefits. But if you're, that's only useful if you're paying off your cards though. And some people would disagree with me, but one thing that I feel like everyone that's listening will agree on is like, if you don't have the money for your credit card, don't spend it.
Yeah.
Don't spend the money that you don't have.
I feel like a lot of people do that, bro. Like, sometimes people just like tap their card. And
That's the reason why I got into this. Bro, like you and I, like we talk about our debt all the time. Like there's like you're in debt, I'm in debt, like, and it's not good debt, bro. Like it's stuff that we've spent foolishly, and I think the reason why everyone struggles, a lot of people struggle with debt, is because they make it so easy nowadays to get into debt.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. Like so many like credit card companies are like quick to like just approve people for credit cards.
Yeah.
Like
as soon as you buy a house, boom. I remember, bro. It was I tripped out, man. I bought my house like 2 weeks after, bro. I don't want to exaggerate. Probably like a month. So like 4 weeks. 4 weeks after we went to Costco, I applied for a card. $8,000 credit limit, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like.
Oh, you're like 20 years old?
Like, dude, out of nowhere, like Costco approved me for $8,000, and then it went up from there. Boom, boom, boom. I started listening to one of my cousin, or our cousin Miguel.
Yeah.
He helps people build their credit
or fix it too, right?
Or fix it too.
Yeah. He's a really smart guy, bro.
Yeah, he is very knowledgeable. Yeah, I was just listening to him. He's like, "This is how you get your credit cards limit to increase every 6 months. Apply for a new credit increase, and they'll give it to you as long as you're on time with all your payments.
Yeah,
every 6 months you can apply for a credit limit increase, and they'll give it to you. So,
what's is 700 decent?
What, like a 700 credit score?
Yeah. Like you can get a house with that, or
anything above 650. I want to say 650 is like the minimum, right?
For a house.
I think, yeah. When you start, honestly, you want higher, bro. You want like 700s, 800s. Like those are like you want to be in that range so you can get the best rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, because I think I was like 19 when I got my first credit card. It was the Discover card, and
that card has a lot of interest on it too, man.
Yeah, they started me out at like $300.
Okay.
That's how much they started me out at. And it was nothing, but I remember I just started using it just for gas, like pump gas with it and then pay it off.
Mm-hmm.
Pump gas, pay it off. And now I'm 22 now, and I got it when I was 19, so that was what, 3 years? Yeah,
3 years.
3 years, and now I'm like at $8,000 at that credit card. So in 3 years, I've managed to get it from $300 to $8,000.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. You know, I don't really use it that much, but like I make sure I use it enough to where it doesn't hurt my credit score. You know, because some people think like if you don't use your credit card, doesn't your credit it'll close after a while?
Yeah. And that's some things that might happen to me during the process of me paying off all my debt. But at this point, I don't care, man. Like, I need my credit score to be a certain.
Does it hurt your credit score though?
If you don't use it?
Yeah.
Not really, unless they close the account. Then it's like, all right, your credit age goes down because you have less card. Like, let's say you have a card that's been open for 6 years. You stop using that card because you're in debt and you want to pay it down. You start paying it down, but there's no new usage on it. They might close your account. I mean, that could be a possibility. And if they close it, then that 6 years that you had that card goes away essentially.
So are a lot of like stores and like I guess like Home Depots, the Best Buys and all that, are all of those rates pretty much the same?
I want to say so. I don't know.
I had a Best Buy credit card.
Did you really?
Yeah. I paid it off though within a month.
Did you really? Okay.
Yes, because I needed an iPad for school and then I needed the pen, but I didn't have the money that day, bro. And I was like, dude, they make it so easy. They're like, oh yeah. They're like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 22. They're like, do you have a job? I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, yeah, we can approve you. I was like, do you guys even need to run my credit score? They're like, yeah, give us your social security. So I typed it in. They're like, okay, cool, yeah, you're approved for $3,000. And I was like, dang, all right, yeah, let's buy it, you know. Yeah. So I purchased it, but then, anytime I owe money like on a credit card, dude, it's like it's in not even in the back of my mind, it's on the front of my mind. Every day I wake up, I'm like, man, dude, I gotta pay that off. And the Best Buy credit card was like the number one thing. I was like, all right, I gotta pay it off. Right now, I'm just working on my. I think I owe like $1,000 on my Discover, and then I owe like, I think I owe like 10 grand, man, on my American Express. But it was because I was using it to pay for my schooling, for my aviation.
Yeah.
And
no, it's expensive, man.
dude, every month, bro, I'm like dropping like, I try to drop at least $1,000 on it a month, but sometimes like I don't have enough money for that. But
it's crazy to say, man, but like I was $59,000 in debt when I started.
with this year, beginning of this year?
No, like last May.
Oh wow.
Last May, and I've just been, I had to do side hustles, bro, to like get it paid down. It's honestly embarrassing to even say that, like, but I've gotten it paid down to half, so I'm at like 30 grand now. So
yeah,
so I'm making progress, bro. But I want to be paid off by June, if I can. I got to figure out how to do that. Like, it's kind of crazy because that's like a crazy goal to. But I have to make money outside of work, to.
But you acquired that debt from like your houses, right? Like,
yeah. Oh, some of it was foolish spending though. Like,
yeah.
like I did use credit cards to, which like someone's gonna watch this and they're gonna hella judge me for like the way I did it, bro. But I used.
It's all good. We keep it real right here, bro. bro, we're bold enough to talk about it. Some people are like don't want to get into it.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, like, if I'm not gonna talk about it, how am I gonna get out of it?
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, I spent like 20 G's, bro, just on credit, bro, to just upgrade my house. Not. Yeah, there was a lot of full spending in that too, though.
Did you get the Home Depot credit card?
I did.
Is that how you know?
I maxed it out like first week I got it.
Wow.
So, but since then I paid off Home Depot.
Oh, it's paid off?
I paid it off.
Oh, nice.
It's good. First thing that I paid off though, and I'll tell you, there's a couple things that you can do. You evaluate your expenses. That's what I did. I had AT&T as a carrier. People are gonna like judge me for this too, but I don't care. People judge you for whatever. I had AT&T. I had my wife's phone, my phone. I had my Apple Watch. I had my AirPods. I had a couple other things on a payment plan. My payment a month was like $350 every month. $350 that I could have been putting it to something else.
Yeah.
Right. I called AT&T. I said, "How much do I have left on my principal for all my items that I have under payment plan?" They said, "You have 4 things left. You have about $2 grand." I'm paying $350 a month for the service.
Yeah.
All my devices. When I could be paying something cheaper, bro, if I didn't have those devices. I said, after I pay off all the devices, how much is my service? $150 for a month. I said, what? I said, all right. So I called around. Like I'm saying, this is something that I had to do, and I still have it. I called that company. It's called Mint Mobile. That Brian Reynolds, he does the he does the commercial for him. Yeah, I called them, bro. They were offering like, what is it, like $14 a month or something like that for service. I called them. I said, how much is it? So like, it was $14 for the first, or no, $14 a month for the first 3 months. So I ended up paying like $45 for $60 total for both me and my wife for 3 months. And what I had to do first is I paid off all my items that I had under the AT&T thing, and I brought it down to $150. I'm like, that's still too expensive. So I paid a total of $60 for 3 months of phone service. So I didn't have a phone bill for 3 months, essentially. And you can pay it in advance, which is awesome.
So after that, did you stick with them or did you go back to
Bro,
AT&T?
I still have them, bro.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah.
Wait, how much a month is it, though?
Bro, it's so...
For you and your wife?
I think it's $30 a month.
That beats $150, though.
Bro, 100% beats $150. And you don't have to, like... I'm not, like... This video's not sponsored by Mint or anything like that. but like, there's carriers out there that have, like, cheaper, monthly payments, So it's, like... That's what I have to do. You have to think outside the box in order to
save money and
pay your stuff down. Yeah. So that's really what me and her did. We just sat down and evaluated what we had to do, and so we're still working at it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, and like including myself, man, you get stuck like just in the same cycle, like doing the same thing over and over and
That's
over, and nobody wants to like step out of that. Everybody wants to just like go to work, do your 8, go home, chill, and then like I was thinking about it last night too, because like. Dude, I was laying down. I went to bed kind of early last night. I think I laid down like around like 8:30, and I'm laying there and I was like pretty tired, bro. And I was just thinking like, man, dude, like people that are really ambitious, bro, that are still going out, like, and I kind of felt like, man, what am I doing just laying down right now? Because people that are ambitious, that want more out of life, like once they get out of their 8 hours of like work, when they're in the process of building, right? They don't just go home and lay down, bro. Like they still go home and like study. like their readings, like still trying to like build a life outside of what they have, you know. And I think a lot of people just get complacent and they don't want to do that anymore, you know.
Yeah, that's why we talked about last time, like 1% better, bro. Do something, at least one thing every day, because you said it's repetitive, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be repetitive. You're gonna do the same thing over and over and over. Why not do something this small, like grain of sand difference, right? Because over time, you're already doing that repetitiveness every day.
Yeah.
If you add that small little detail, that small little tweak, you know, your life's gonna be trajected in a whole different area. You know?
Everybody needs like a you to me, you know, like everybody needs like somebody to like call you, hold you accountable, call you out on your BS, you know, like get you in the gym, you know.
I feel like we do that to each other, you know. Like I know sometimes like I don't want to go to the gym, and like yesterday I called you, you didn't want to go to the gym, you didn't go with me.
I know, man.
You didn't go with me, but
you're calling me out.
Yeah, no, I don't want to call you out like that. No, but hey, man, everybody has life. They all approach it differently. You know, it's just. But yeah, bro, I feel like we're at a good spot to stop, man. I don't.
For sure, man. I think what did we say? 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah, we're at 27. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna probably, like I said, we're gonna be doing this every week. So, Steph, you got anything?
Nah, man. I enjoy doing these, man. We're gonna like continue to just do them every week, like you said, and then if you guys want us to talk about anything like specific, you know, let us know. We try to keep it diverse, you know, so everybody can tune in. But yeah.